Hi, Maria.
Hi.
So, anything new that has happened this week since the last time we talked, or anything you want to
Um,
talk about today?
yes, yes, I would like to talk about a couple of things that occur
Okay.
throughout the week. Well, mainly one really to focus on. I feel like a lot of my friends, and sometimes the coworkers as well, are exclude me from various activities that they do. I don't seem to be included in a lot of things that they tend to do, whether it be a party or go to a some sort of a game or just a little gathering they go to. Sometimes they go to lunch together, let's say for a work.
Mm-hmm.
They go and then just there's a little group of them that get together and then they seem to exclude me.
You look
And
very angry about that.
yes, it's because I don't know why they exclude me. They're just being really mean. I've never done anything to them. And it's just really annoying at times that I'm not included, and I've never given them a reason to not to include me,
Okay.
and I find it very frustrating.
Yeah, it does sound frustrating.
Yes, it is.
What other? You said there was a few things. Like, what else was there?
Well, I guess that's the primary one.
Okay.
The other one being sometimes my friends as well outside of work, they do tend to not include me in certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't know why. They're just being mean.
Okay. So, all right. Anything else at all, or you
Um,
just want to talk about that?
yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is we'll just create the agenda, or for the session. So just write down about one or two things. Like so you want to just more look at why you're being excluded, or
Yes.
you
Because
know,
I don't see a reason as to why they're excluding me from things.
okay. Uh, Talk about, like, let's say, the frustration and the anger that goes with that.
Yes, because it makes me quite angry and it's frustrating. And like I said, I don't do anything to them. I'm not mean to them. I'm always there when they need me and I'm willing to do things for them.
Okay. And I also just kind of want to go over, like, the homework, if that's all right with you,
Okay,
that
that's fine.
we talked about last week.
Okay.
Kind of looking at, like, your thought process and seeing if we can reason with, like, some of them, or, like, make some of the thoughts I've come up with, like, more positive.
Okay.
All right, so look that on the agenda. I was gonna throw it in there. Anyway, so let's talk about you feeling, excluded.
Yes.
And yeah, like, as you were saying that, like, I seriously saw the anger.
Yes, it's really frustrating. I'm mad because it happens quite often. They don't include me in the things. I'm not asked to do the things primarily at work,
Okay.
and it's quite frustrating that I'm excluded from various activities that they do around our work, and then I'm not involved in it.
I mean, so what does it mean to you to have, like, these coworkers? Like, if your coworkers did ask you to go out with you and do these activities with you, what would that mean?
That I'm part of the group, that they're nice enough to ask me to even tag along. I'm probably not going to go. It's pretty likely that I won't because sometimes I just simply don't care to go. Um, but I still decide to go ahead and it will be nice if they do include me and ask me,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll be up to me whether I decide to go or not.
Okay, so you want to have, like, basically control in a way of, like, your decision making.
Right? Yes, I'd like to at least be included or be asked.
And what does included mean to you?
Um, to be part of the group, maybe to be thought of at least, and to be considered as part of the group, and to at least have them think about asking me. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to be closer to these people?
Um. Oh yes. I mean, they're my coworkers. It would be nice to be included, and yeah, would be nice.
Okay. So, with that, checking our time here. Like, have you communicated any of this to them? Or even.
Sometimes I don't say anything, but they know me well enough that if I don't say something, they're gonna know that I'm not happy about it. You know, mainly what I tend to do is I do tend to take my frustrations out on Facebook. I do, you know, some of them are, have them as friends, so I do let all my frustrations out, and I just I write it. I don't necessarily say it, but hey, it does come out, and I let other people know this is how I feel.
Okay.
And if they don't like it, I'm not really concerned with it.
So remember that list of cognitive distortions that I gave you last week? Do you know which one that sounded like right there? Sorry, not the Facebook part. It was the they know how I feel.
Well, I feel like they should.
There's a few I'm hearing.
Yeah. Repeat that again. This feeling of thought.
Like, you know, that your
distortions?
coworkers should know that you're upset.
Okay. Well, yeah, they should, right? They know me. We've known each other for years.
Can they read your mind?
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. And so maybe like we can look into that as well as part of your homework.
Okay.
You know. All right. So I mean, now back to part of our agenda is that this frustration and anger. Like, when you feel that frustration and anger, what does that feel like to you?
Frustration and anger. Well, I just feel not being included. I just feel like really sometimes I do want to go off on them for not including them, but I don't really do it.
What would you want to say if you had the opportunity? What would you want to say?
Well, why are you not including me? This is really rude of you for not including me. Why do you tend to exclude me from things? I've never done anything to you. Why am I being excluded?
And what would you imagine they would say?
I don't know. We just didn't think about asking you. We didn't think you want to go. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't think that. So what they're saying is that they may really not know, possibly, that you actually want to go.
I don't see why they. Well, I don't know. I would think they would know, but I guess not.
So how about we look a little into that, like, as part of your homework?
Okay.
Like, so I'm gonna kind of adjust your homework a little bit now as I spelled home yoke, not homework, on my paper, on my agenda. So with your homework for this week,
Okay.
I think a good idea would also be kind of write down more of like your thoughts when they first come to mind,
Okay.
and the cognitive distortion
Okay.
that goes with it, and then possibly a more reasonable thought that would go with it.
Okay.
So, for example, let's take your coworkers
Okay.
of not asking you out.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the cognitive distortion that we would have there? So,
That they should know how I feel, and they should think of asking me.
so that sounds like a should statement,
Yes.
you know, or
Mhm.
mind reading.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, how can we like relook at that, for an example?
In a positive way?
Yeah,
So,
maybe just like something more reasonable.
They should. I don't know. That's the same thing, huh? Should.
It would be nice, probably.
Yeah, it would be nice if I were to be asked, even though I may not go. But it'll be nice to be asked, to be included in some of the activities that are done.
Okay. So that sounds a little bit more not like as a set in stone sort of thing, but more open space to give
Okay.
for these sort of things. Okay, so we can include that, like with your homework. Would that sound pretty good to do this
Yeah,
week?
that's fine. I can do that.
Okay. Now, for the homework that I gave you last week, how did that work out for you?
Well, it went okay. I did most of it.
That's fine.
But it did went okay. I think I did, like I said, I did most of it. But there were some at times I did have some issues of being able to express how I felt and writing down some of the things, I guess, how I was feeling at the time and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. You know, I'm not asking you to write down every thought 100% of the time.
Okay.
You're just doing the best you can.
Okay.
And it's progress.
Okay.
So, any questions that you have about it, or?
Yeah, I guess some of it was when I was writing down the thought, maybe the rating. Did I have to rate that particular how I was feeling at the time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, 0 being no depression to 10 being the most depressed or the most angry, whatever emotion that you want to actually contribute to that.
Okay.
And then it can give you like an idea of some sort.
Okay.
Or you can come up with whatever rating scale you want. If I have 10 out of 10, it's like the greatest feeling I've ever had.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I think that was pretty much it as far as the confusion part of it. But like I said, I did try to write as much as possible, but I didn't always get to it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think we have like good set here and a good foundation of like what we're doing.
Okay.
All right. So thank you for coming in.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
1 second. Turn this off.